Finding me is the theme of this inspirational short story. And it's about a flower called a red campion, which has a tall stem and a few flowers on the top. Now, this seed of the red campion happened to fall on a rather kind of rocky ground, and there were lots of brambles that came in and started to wrap itself near to the plant. So, to be honest, the red campion plant had a very difficult start. Its roots had to find its way between the stones, and it also had to stay out of the way of the brambles, which threatened to choke it. And there was a time when the red campion plant felt really it should just give up. But just then, a little white bird flew in and landed quite near the plant and said, "Don't give up, little plant, for you have within you the potential to be a fine, tall, red flower. Keep going." And so, heartened by this, the red campion did. And it put down firm roots into the ground, and it grew taller and taller. And as it did so, it could see far more. And it noticed an early purple orchid. Now, this is a plant with lots of tiny little flowers, and the bees loved it because they could go in and out of the little flowers. And the red campion admired this early purple orchid. Well, there were several of them. And then on the edge of the wood, there was a whole load of bluebells with their beautiful, graceful heads dipping down. And it was as if the colour of the bluebells hung above the plants like a sort of haze. And the red campion thought, "Oh, they're so beautiful. And me, I've only got one bud." And so it was that the red campion began to feel despondent. And the little white bird appeared again and said, "Why so sad on this beautiful spring morning? Can't you hear the birds singing and feel the sun on you and hear the wind in the trees?" "Well," said the campion, "if I look at that early purple orchid, it's so beautiful with all its flowers, and I've only got one. And look at the bluebells, and I can even smell them. They're so wonderful." "Well," said the little white bird, "you know, each plant carries its own special, unique beauty, and none of them are the same, but they are all wonderful, and they all have a role to play. Take heart, for you may have more flowers yet." And so it was that the campion felt cheered by this, and sure enough put out a few more buds. And then the campion, as it was flowering, it started to feel as if there was something missing. It was as if there was just a part of it that wasn't fulfilled, and the campion felt that it was love that it was missing. And it looked for love in the insects that visited, and it looked for love in the rain and the sun and the stars and the moon and the wind, but it couldn't find love. And so once again it fell into despondency, thinking, grieving for its absence of love. So when the little white bird landed on a log nearby and said, "What is it, campion?" "Ah," said the campion, "I'm looking for love, and I can't find it." "What is this love that you seek?" asked the little white bird. "Well, it's feeling held. It's feeling accepted for who I am. It's being held in good regard. That's the best I can explain it. Well, said the little white bird, if you haven't found it, how is it that you know what love is? Oh, said the red campion, I can feel what it is. And where is it that you feel what it is? It's in my heart, said the red campion. Then, said the white bird, that is where you'll find it. And with that, the little white bird flew off. And the red campion, it went into its heart. And sure enough, there was a spark of love. And the more that the little red campion went into its heart, the more this love grew. And it grew further and further. And it embraced all the other plants. And it embraced the wood. It embraced the wind and the rain and the sun and the insects and everything. And it got wider and wider until the little red campion understood that she was love. I hope you liked that story. And if you did, please click like, and you can subscribe to my channel for more stories, and maybe comment below. If you would like more information on how you too could start to use stories in a conscious way, then click on the link below where I have some free tips that I will send to you. Thank you very much for listening.